Good morning, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Joe here.
It's Kevin.
All right, guys, this is our poll winner. Guess who's coming to dinner?
Yes, our Black History Month poll. Guess who's coming to dinner? Pretty handily won this poll. And we had several good movies. We couldn't put a lot of Denzel on there because we've seen so many of his movies.
Yeah.
But Sidney Poitier was absolutely an option. So we get a Sidney Poitier film. Also included Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. So
yeah,
pretty loaded cast.
We've seen Sidney before on the channel. We saw him in Sneakers.
Yep, saw him in Sneakers. I watched In the Heat of the Night.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah, excellent actor. Looking forward to this. I know the premise of it. I know it's been remade a couple of times. Most recently with Ashton Kutcher and Bernie Mac, and I think in a racial role reversal of the movie.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I didn't see that one either. I promise I aggressively avoided watching Guess Who.
I think it's called Guess Who. Yeah.
I'm not an Ashton Kutcher fan.
I don't think he's a great actor.
I'm sure that he's done some good work. I've seen maybe 4 or 5 episodes of that 70s show. Sure. It's a fine show. So pretty blind going into this one. So
it's just in the 60s film, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So this is going to be a period piece, kind of civil rights era. I don't know how well this is aged. There were a couple of people on Patreon that indicated that not everything aged incredibly well in this. It's a 60-year-old movie, so that's completely understandable. Sure. It's not like I've not heard it on being on the same level as Breakfast at Tiffany's or for anything like that. So but yeah, really excited to check this one out.
Me too. For great
historically significant movie, absolutely.
I think some Oscar love as well.
Sure, great. Perfect. All right, we'll get started here. I do want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being with us. Thank you so much, guys. Special thank you to our super patrons: NJ, MTC93, Actuarial Lurker, Anna, Balais Foldez, ZY, Jeff, Derek Peterson, Yannick from Montreal, Sudagunda Varapu, Jamie Morgan, Christy Goverston, Diana Perry, Trey Contreras, Human Mac, Wolfgang Wolf, Lindsay Swift, Squick, Sweet Baby Silvanel, Adam Pacio, Matt Tyler, David Adler, Chris O'Donnell, Katie K, Seth Walker, Everett Nation, Doc Cooley, Taylor, and Andy Schreiber. Thanks so much, guys. Grateful you're here with us as always.
Yes, we are. And if you're watching us on YouTube the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit the subscribe button so stay up to date with any content we've coming your way.
Description below, link to our Patreon page, full link to watch-alongs. On most things on Patreon, you will have to sync and watch along on your own source material.
I love the old Columbia logo.
Yeah.
It's so charming.
I don't think I've ever seen a Spencer Tracy movie. I can't think of one.
Is that San Fran?
Take a little. I wonder if this is an original song for this movie.
In many ways, Denzel's predecessor. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Really curious, and I'm not going to look until after the movie, and I didn't, of how this was received at the time. I don't think it was not controversial during the era, but there's certainly going to be some, some politically divided people on it.
Sure. Areas of the country that were not stoked about it, for sure. I'm curious if this is before or after he won his Oscar,
Was that for Lilies of the Field?
I'm not sure. I feel like I was at a trivia one time, and the question was, what did he win his Oscar for?
Yeah.
And I thought it was In the Heat of the Night.
No, that was not. Rod Steiger won for In the Heat of the Night. Yeah. This guy gonna wreck the car, freaking out here.
What?
You wanted to meet them? Let's go meet them. The sooner we get it over with, the better.
You should have called and told them we were coming.
It is a wild surprise not to just call. Yeah. Just like any guy.
Sure.
There's no problem.
Sometimes you don't know how somebody's going to react in this situation until they're in this situation. Anybody can talk a big game.
I'll see if Mom's in the office.
Julie!
Hillary, hi!
She's lovely.
Yeah, she is.
It's called a kinetic sculpture.
What?
It moves? Yeah.
Mrs. St. George, I'd like you to meet Dr. Prentice.
Dr. Prentice, I'm so pleased to meet you.
She wasn't subtle about that.
No.
Anything wrong?
Something's happened, but everything's right.
Blink twice if you need me to call the police.
Yeah.
Do you live in San Francisco, Doctor, or are you just visiting
just
here?
Passing through.
Maybe she's not racist. Maybe she's like, oh, your mom's going to hate this.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, literally. That face.
That was judgment.
God.
How dare she date this freaking obviously successful and handsome doctor.
Yeah.
No, Hillary runs a gallery now, but it's Mom who has all the ideas.
Take the next right.
Isn't that clever?
He looks like he's got like the 1,000-yard stairs. This cab driver's been through some war.
I didn't fight the Japanese for this.
$10.50, Mac. $12, right? Right.
I think $1.50 tip at the time wasn't bad.
John, Miss Matilda Binks.
What are you doing home unexpected? You want those bags took upstairs?
No, not my two, Miss Binks. I've not come to stay.
It's personal reasons, Tilly.
She's not happy with him.
Everybody's mad about this.
Yeah.
You know, I ought to call my folks and get that out of the way.
Okay. Aren't you going to tell them about me?
I'd rather write to them.
Or are we going to keep our marriage a secret from them?
So did they elope or are they getting married?
Yeah, I can't tell. In our country, weren't interracial marriages illegal?
There were places where, like, I think Alabama was, like, illegal to, like, 1968. It's wild.
I don't care to see a member of my own race getting above himself.
You know I've always loved you, and you're just as black as he is. Joey?
Oh, there she is.
Yep.
Hello, darling. Are you all right? There's nothing. She said you were back. She thought you might have a surprise for me. What did she mean?
She has a surprise for you.
That lady sucks.
Yeah.
Do I know him?
No, that's just it. I only met him myself 10 days ago.
Oh, they went fast.
Yeah. That's more of an issue.
Yeah.
I fell in love with him in 20 minutes.
Well, Dad, I wanted to stop on the way back, but fact is, Dad, I met this girl.
Well, that's different, son.
Look at him sweating.
Yeah.
This is quite a surprise.
Well, yes, she's surprising in a lot of ways, Dad. She's only 23, Dad.
23. Women age faster than men, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Dad, there's one or two problems
Is he going to tell him?
that I'll write to you about
Yeah,
on the
okay.
plane to
Okay.
New York.
He was married before, and he had a son, and both his wife and his son were killed in a train accident
gosh.
That
8
sucks.
years ago.
Yeah.
Joanna Prentice I'll be. He's been worrying for the past week whether you and Dad would be upset if... I was wondering where you'd been.
Dr. Prentice. So pleased to meet you.
She's only known me for 10 days, so she can't tell you when I'm blushing.
She looks mortified.
I know.
He thinks you're gonna faint because he's a Negro.
Okay, that one,
Yeah.
I found that jarring myself.
Can't we all sit down? Well, my goodness.
Well, what did they say? Did you tell them about me?
Yes.
Well, what did they say when you told them I wasn't a colored girl?
I didn't.
He didn't tell you.
I didn't mention that.
Well, after all, an awful lot of people are going to think that we're a very shocking pair. Isn't that right, Mrs. Drayton?
I know what you mean.
John was invited to lecture at Hawaii University, and we met at this big party at the Dean's.
She's more upset than anyone.
And John was supposed to fly back to Los Angeles on Saturday. That's where they live.
Hostile.
Yeah.
Does your father know that you're back?
Do you think he'd come back early if I...
Oh, he's coming back early, all right. He's playing golf with Monsignor Ryan.
John has to fly to New York tonight, and then tomorrow night he's flying to Geneva to do 3 months' work for the World Health Organization.
Yeah, this is an impressive guy.
Yeah.
But he thinks that the fact he's a Negro and I'm not creates a serious
I'm so
problem.
glad that word has gone away.
Me too.
Does he?
I've told him 97 times that it wouldn't make the slightest bit of difference to you or to Dad.
I told her not to spring all this on you so suddenly, but you could give him a half hour to get adjusted
But
to
what
this.
for?
Man, she does seem hell-bent on making this as shocking as possible.
Sure, yeah.
Mr. Matt?
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Oh, hell's done broke loose now.
What's wrong? I see
He's
your
out
car
in the
there.
terrace with little Joey.
With
and
Joey?
somebody calls himself Dr. Prentice.
Well, what's wrong? What's happened? Joey?
God.
Kelly said there was a doctor
There
here.
is, there is. Dr. John Wade Prentice.
Nice to know you, but what is it? Is something
Oh,
wrong?
of course, there's nothing wrong.
I thought something was really wrong. Tilly said
Oh,
that.
Tilly's behaving very strangely today.
What's the matter? You having a chill?
No, darling, I'm fine.
Just readjusting to the new world order.
I'm in tropical medicines, mostly in Africa these past few years.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Everything about Dr. Prentice is interesting.
Will I be seeing you later, Doctor?
You certainly will.
Dr. Prentice will be here for dinner, Matt.
Oh, fine, fine.
This poor guy.
Yeah.
I actually kind of feel sorry for both of these guys
Sure.
right now.
See you all later.
Is it registering now?
Maybe.
What the hell is going on here?
Well, it's my fault. See, we have a sort of a situation here. I fell in love with your daughter. As incredible as it may seem, she fell in love with me. You or Mrs. Drayton would have any objections if we got married.
I don't know if I'd put the objections thing on the table there.
Sure.
Daddy, you're making John and me nervous.
Am I? Sit down, Doctor, before you make me nervous.
Given the time period, I think freaking out a little is completely reasonable.
Sure.
Just because of the world.
Dad, I know this is sort of a shock because it's all so sudden and unexpected. Even if you had any objections, I wouldn't let him go now if you were the governor of Alabama.
That's a really good choice of a location.
What is it you expect me to say? And if you're expecting any sensible statement from me, you'll have to give me a little time to think about it. Does that sound reasonable?
I've got to fly to New York tonight and on to Switzerland tomorrow night.
The hell is all the rush?
Well, we know that we want to get married. And unless somebody does have any objections, why should we waste any time?
See, to me, that's the bigger deal.
It's a
like,
fast wedding,
Yeah,
yeah.
so fast.
We want you and Mom to state absolutely clearly that you have no objections whatever. Are you going to play golf or not?
No.
Monsignor will be waiting.
Yeah.
She's even better looking than you know that?
It is Captain Hepburn.
Then call the library and see if they've got any dope on a John Wade Prentice. Get anything you can, will you, Edie?
It's just the fact they don't know him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, this is like Googling, somebody.
Did this ever occur to you that this might happen?
No.
Well, can you tell me your reaction? How do you feel about it?
Matt, they're serious. They know what they're doing.
No, they may mean what they're saying. I accept that, but they don't know what they're doing. Sure, doctor. Come on in.
I like that he calls him doctor.
Sure. I mean, they don't hate the guy.
No.
I made a decision. Joanna doesn't know about it, and I don't see any reason why she should. And up to now, nothing is settled at all. Unless you two approve, and without any reservations at all, there won't be any marriage.
Why have you decided that?
She's not at all like anyone I've ever known. This thing has come up at a time when I already have all the problems I need. And I feel that I couldn't afford to get married if it meant that I would have to take on any special problems.
Doesn't want to alienate her parents.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If by marrying me she damaged her relationship with either of you, the pain of it would be too much for her. I wouldn't know how to deal with that kind of situation.
Well, that's incredibly gracious.
It is.
Well, I'm glad you told us this, Doc.
It's an olive branch, but I think they're absolutely getting married.
Yeah, sure.
It's almost in the form of an ultimatum.
All you have to say is goodbye.
They're not going to do that to their daughter, though.
I guess so. They do seem like progressives, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of people who've been like hell you are, right up front.
Yeah.
She's 23 years old, and the way she is just exactly the way we brought her up to be. We told her it was wrong to believe that the white people were somehow essentially superior to the black people. That's what we said. We did not add, but don't ever fall in love with a colored man.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. He's an important guy. Graduated magna cum laude, John Hopkins, 54. Assistant professor, Yale Medical School, 55.
Oh my God.
3 years assistant director, World Health Organization.
Look how happy she looks.
He's a genius.
Yeah. I mean, they have to accept it, right? If that's the one thing that bothers them, everything else is perfect on paper.
Yep.
Well, I can certainly understand why he didn't have much to say about himself. Who the hell would believe him?
Aren't they exactly the way I said they were?
I must admit they are very special people.
Get a great view here, too.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was just possible that for the first time in 23 years they might let me down for the first half hour.
I love those big 60s pan-outs.
Yeah.
She's always been a happy human being. I don't think I've ever seen her quite so happy as she is right now. I feel happy for her.
Initial shock wears off.
I feel glad that Joey's Joey.
And that we're rich and have a really nice house on the bay.
Yeah, there's that.
Having a steak fry, huh? Well, now there she is. How are you today?
Stop dancing.
Right.
To remind you to open the wine.
It's like how many times that scene took to shoot. Right? Yeah, more neck.
Civil rights is one thing. This here is something else.
It was already dark and the moon was rising. I guess I didn't see him at first because I was looking at the view.
This has gone way more smoothly than I expected it to.
Yeah.
Hello, I said. Who are you?
I buy them as mother and daughter.
Yeah, oh yeah. Burning the
But
tree.
you better let me do this.
Yeah,
20 minutes later,
Yeah.
I felt I was in love with him.
How deeply are you and John?
Do you mean if we've been to bed together?
Oh my God.
Oof.
He wouldn't. I don't think he could have been in much doubt about my feelings.
You can't turn on a television set anywhere without seeing those kids dancing. And I say the colored kids are better than the white kids.
But there's an explanation for that. It's our dancing and it's our music. You can do the Watusi, but we are the Watusi.
That's a good line.
Have you given any thought to the problems your children are going to have?
Yes, and they'll have some.
Is that the way Joey feels?
She feels that every single one of our children will be president of the United States.
But how do you feel about that problem?
Frankly, I think your daughter is a bit optimistic. I'd settle for Secretary of State.
That's a good joke.
Line, yeah.
No matter how confident you two are, I'm just a little scared.
Things are changing. She said, my dad is a lifelong fighting liberal who loathes race prejudice. Well, they'll welcome me with open arms. And I said, oh, I sure want to meet them. Hello?
Got FDR right there at the desk.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad.
What would you say to us flying up there to spend the evening?
Tell him to come
Mother and I can stay overnight in the hotel.
No, Dad. See, I'm having dinner with her folks.
Mr. Prentice, won't you come to dinner, you and Mrs. Prentice? John and I'll meet your plane.
So we'll see you
Yeah.
at 6:30.
Okay.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, it does.
All right, son.
Dad.
We'll see you later.
Dad.
I I'm curious what his parents are going to think.
Yeah. Probably about the same.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Mm-hmm.
We'll meet their plane at 6:30.
Fine. You tell Tilly, won't you?
They think you're a colored girl.
Oh, what difference does it make? Do you think they wouldn't come? Call them back and tell them. I've told Peter and Judith that we'll meet them for a drink at 5:30. It gives us just enough time to get to the airport.
This is a big day.
Yeah.
Did he tell you about this medical plan of his? They put a whole medical school on about 20 trucks and put them through courses, just like they do the U.S. Army Corpsmen. They go into places where people have never heard of an aspirin tablet, let alone a doctor. For every 1,000 kids they train, they can save 1 million lives a year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He seems to have made quite an impression on you, Matt.
Yeah. You know his father is a mailman? How do you suppose a colored mailman produced a son with all the qualities he has?
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Who?
That's the title.
His parents?
It's a big Band-Aid ripoff, you know?
Sure.
What the hell is coming off here?
I'll get it, Tilly. Just a second.
I did like the fact that they addressed that, like, their children are probably going to have some,
absolutely,
some issues, too.
And who is this gentleman?
Monsignor Ryan, this is John Prentice, Dr. John Wade Prentice. The two of us are going to be married.
Ah, indeed. You're the problem.
Yeah.
Excuse me a second, I forgot to tell Tilly something.
You can hear her scream, "What?"
I suppose you two have had time to consider what you're doing.
No, we've not.
How many steaks did you get?
I got 4.
Order 2 more because the doctor's father and mother are coming and we'll be 6. If the butcher can't send him, tell him to put him in a taxi.
Oh, to be that rich. A taxi
right,
for
yeah.
your steaks.
Hope the dancing guy's coming back, honestly.
I read an article about you in Commonweal. You know this fellow you brought home's a very important man.
When I'm married to him, I'll be important. Of all the friends we've ever had, I guess he's the closest. He's a wonderful man.
Yeah, he wasn't phased at all,
Not
was
at
he?
all, yeah. He must be the problem.
That's pretty good.
Handsome fellow, isn't he? Little Joe is nothing less than radiant.
Mike, aren't you just a little shocked?
Why should I be shocked? I've known a good many cases of marriages between races in my time. They usually work out quite well. More consideration and compassion than most marriages seem to generate.
That's an interesting take.
You're making heavy weather of it. You know, this man is quite a famous fellow in his own right.
A very good person.
Yeah.
Hillary's here. She wants to see you.
She's come to get the tea.
Right.
Dr. Prentice and I are going to be married, Hillary.
Christina hadn't even mentioned
She didn't
that.
know. It was a surprise to her, too.
Well, I should think it was. Joey tells me that congratulations are in order and that you didn't even know.
This is like a frenemy situation.
I think it is, actually. I think she's here to revel in the...
I'll walk out to your car with you.
I hope I'll be seeing you shortly.
Actually, no, Hillary.
Well, then you must permit me to wish you every happiness.
Get out of my house!
Yeah.
Oh, my poor dear, what a shock for you.
Wow, she really is just there to gossip,
Yeah,
isn't she?
totally.
It's so unlike Joey to do anything so appallingly stupid.
Yes, come along, Hillary. When you get to the gallery, tell Jennifer that she will be looking after things temporarily and make out a check for the sum of $5,000. Then take the check and get permanently lost.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Don't speak, Hillary. Just go.
Yeah, she did come there to be awful, so...
I think that was amazing. Good for you.
I think it's kind of a baller move to be able to just chuck her a $5,000 severance check to take the money and go.
You write your own check.
You know what Hillary was doing? She was being an absolute bitch. She was.
How can you be so hard? She gets it from her father.
I'm going to tell her.
They need all the help you can give them. I think it's as plain as anything that they love each other very much.
I don't know, Mike. I wish I didn't have the feeling that they'll never make it.
You're really thrashing about then. To see a broken-down old phony liberal come face to face with this peaceful, fighting liberal facade, there must be some sort of reactionary bigot trying to get out. I am, as it happens, free for dinner.
Oh, please come. 7:30.
You need another
more
steak.
What was that the Beater sang? We could work it out, yeah. I hope you don't mind, but I just wangled an invitation to dinner.
Marvelous.
I'm very delighted to have met you.
My pleasure.
I'd better tell Tilly. If you listen, you'll hear her going through the roof.
Yeah, one more steak.
That's it. I quit.
Guess who's coming to dinner now? It's Monsignor Ryan. So bake a second pie, will you? Is the big guest room in order? Dr. Prentice wants to have a shower and change.
He does.
He just flew in from Hawaii, now he's got to fly to New York.
Yeah.
Let the guy rest a minute.
Could we get out of here for a few minutes? Can't we take a ride or something? Well, come on, will you?
Dang,
Hey,
let her
chill.
lace up her shoe.
Yeah.
Isn't that the place where we got the good ice cream?
That is an old man thing to say.
Yeah. We got the good ice cream.
Is that the good ice cream?
Okay, it's like a little counterculture here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, when I had ice cream before, I had a a special kind of flavor that I liked very much, but I can't remember what it was.
Daiquiri ice, honeycomb candy, cocoa coconut, Jamocha almond fudge, mocha, fresh Oregon boysenberry sherbet.
That's it.
I think Mike was right, that Joey is lucky. The work he's doing is so important. She'll be able to help him with it. And you know what was the best time of all? It was in the beginning when everything was a struggle. And I really knew that I was a help to you.
They can rely on each other.
Yeah.
And one fresh Oregon boysenberry sherbet.
Thank you. This is not the stuff. I never had this stuff before in my life. You know, it's not bad. Not bad at all. I kind of like it.
Metaphor.
But when I had the ice cream before, this isn't the stuff I had. It's very good. I like it very much.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for your diary.
I got something to say to you, boy. Just exactly
Jesus.
what you're trying to pull
Oh,
here.
that camera work is fantastic.
You may think you're fooling Miss Joey and her folks, but you ain't fooling me for a minute. You bring any trouble in here and you just like to find out what black power really means. You ain't even all that good looking.
If I come in again, remind me about the Oregon boysenberry, will you?
Yeah, I sure will.
Oh my gosh.
That's not great.
No.
I went over 3 months on that.
How much will it cost to have it repaired?
30 or 40 bucks it'll cost.
Here, there's 50 bucks. Don't bother to have it fixed. Buy a new one.
Stupid old man. There ought to be a law.
Calm down. He gave you $50.
Yeah.
Less than 12% of the people in this city are colored people. I can't even have a dish of Oregon boysenberry without running into one of them.
You remember what it was with Peter and me. It took us 3 years to decide to get married, and we've been living together for 2 of them. To John and Joey.
You know what you're so lucky is in Joey's folks. Matt Drayton really stands for something in this town.
Why are you waiting until next week? Why aren't you flying over with John? John? Why am I not flying over with you? Is your passport in order? Yes.
Thank you for ruining dinner. Because he has to stop in New York and break it off with somebody else.
Yeah, totally.
No matter what it is, or when you say it, you're going to have to tell them how you feel.
I am not going to try to pretend that I'm happy about the whole thing, because I'm not. And I'm thinking only of Joey's welfare. And he behaved irresponsibly in the first place by letting this thing happen. You're so wrapped up in Joey's excitement over the whole thing that you are not behaving in her best interest.
Well, they're not moving to Mississippi.
Yeah, man. He's going to Geneva, not the Deep South.
That's what I'm saying.
She's always been lovely, hasn't she?
For sure. Bringing up baby, she was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of Meryl Streep before Meryl Streep.
Mm-hmm.
My passport's in order. There's nothing at all that I really need. We'll be together the whole time. Mom, they're here.
Let's see if how they react in the airport here.
Yeah.
I guess I should have called you back again because there is this one thing
This one little thing.
I'm afraid it's going to be kind of a shock.
You see what I mean?
Mrs. Prentice, I'm so happy. Mr. Prentice, I'm very pleased to meet you.
Looks exactly like her parents did.
I can imagine what's going on in your mind. You, Karen?
Well, let's go get your bags.
Tonight? That's out of the question. This whole damn thing is... No, that's out of the question.
But you can't break their hearts over a drink and then expect them to sit down to dinner.
I have to talk to the doctor after. I'll talk to him after dinner.
I believe you're making the worst mistake you've ever made in your... I think you're going to regret it with more bitterness than you've ever known and for as long as you live.
Plus, what how's your daughter going to feel about you after that?
The doctor will accept whatever you say to him, but Joey won't. Most obvious mistake you're making is in underestimating your own daughter. But when she fights you, I'm going to be on her side.
Well, I never would have believed I'd hear you say a thing like that.
Oh.
He's really running the risk of alienating his daughter hard.
I was going to ask Miss Drayton how her mother and father reacted to...
Yeah.
Oh, they were shaken, all right. I don't think I've ever seen them so surprised.
And you couldn't blame us if we were a little stunned too, could you? The two of you are behaving like a couple of escaped lunatics.
We didn't plan it that way. It just happened that way. We've got one evening to discuss it, and if you have any objections, you'd better raise them in a hurry.
Well, I don't think I could list all my objections in 4 hours. I think I'd need more like 8 hours.
I feel like the women are both more sensible than the men.
Sure, that's a fair point, actually. It'd be kind of funny if the dads bonded.
They might, actually.
How long is it since I remarked that I thought that you were the loveliest woman I have ever known?
What can I get you to drink?
Well, I like scotch, but I'll be drinking wine.
Yes.
Oh, well, I'll have a little drop of scotch anyhow. Equal amount of soda, please.
Might as well. You don't be rude, you know.
Right. Put soda in and it cancels it out.
My dear, What's the matter?
We're in terrible trouble, terrible trouble. Neither of them knows that Matt has decided that he can't approve.
Please tell me it's not true.
Yeah, that does suck.
Yeah.
He's not himself, Mike.
Stop for the cocktail.
I hope that Matt gets there.
Oh, I think he will.
Miss Christina, what's going to happen here? You're going to put a stop to this damn nonsense foolishness.
Tilly, I don't want to put a stop to anything.
Good camera work here.
It's been phenomenal the whole time, yeah.
I don't understand nothing no more.
Nobody understands nothing no more.
I understand how you feel, Mike. I understand how everybody feels. And no matter what Christina says or what you say, I am not going to behave irresponsibly. They don't have the right to come in here and expect me to be happy about something that any normal man...
Oh, my God, man.
Have you any appreciation at all for Christina?
Christina, from the moment they walked in, she was all for it.
Christina has more respect for Joey's judgment than you have, Matt. You're angry because all of a sudden and in a single day, you've been thrown. You've gone back on yourself, laddie. And in your heart, you know it.
Now listen.
Oh, there go the ties. Yep.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you.
How could you possibly know how a father would feel in a situation like this? I happen to know they wouldn't have a dog's chance.
That's unreasonable.
That is unreasonable.
They'll change this stinking world.
Yeah, sure. 50 years, maybe.
And if I were 10 years younger, I believe I'd make some sort of effort to wrestle you to the floor.
How do you do, Miss Drake? How do you do, Mr. Prentice? I'm so pleased to meet you.
Let's do it.
Yep.
What a lovely room. Thank you. John, would you be bartender? I'll have some sherry, too.
You have such a magnificent view.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Did you have a pleasant flight?
Very pleasant, thank you.
Only took 40 minutes. 400 miles.
In San Francisco.
I've got to talk to your father.
Well, let's just wait for all that.
Yeah, let's wait for him to calm down.
Are you and John tending bar?
Yes.
Well, the Monsignor and I are both drinking scotch.
Coming up.
The Monsignor already dusted one off.
Yeah, he did. You can't tell nobody, though. He's like, I'll take another one.
Did you have a nice flight from Los Angeles?
Oh, yeah.
Only 40 minutes.
John and I are hoping to persuade all four of you to fly over for the wedding. Would anybody like to talk about that before I go up and start packing?
Good for her.
I don't know about you, Mr. Prentice, but it seems to me that these two are rushing it just a little bit.
Well, it seemed that way to me, too.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to bond now.
Yeah.
I was beginning to think that I was the only one around here who had any
I
common...
would like Mrs. Prentice to see the view.
The view? What the hell are you talking about? What view?
Our crazy view that's right here.
Let's let these two have their anger off.
Yeah.
Are you shocked that your son is involved with a white girl?
Surprised. I guess it never occurred to me that such a thing might happen.
That's exactly what
This
they
is the
said.
same thing, yeah.
But it wouldn't be true to say that I'm shocked.
Now I know how they feel about each other, deeply in love with each other.
She's going to enlist her help to calm the men down.
Yeah.
That you'd be willing to approve the marriage, but that your husband won't.
Yes, that's it.
My husband won't either. The way things are, there just isn't any time.
I agree that if they waited a couple weeks, this might be easier.
Sure.
We'll have to trust the two of them.
You know, it might do no harm if we could have a few words, Mr. Drayton.
We're going to go in the mean room.
Right, yeah.
If you'll excuse me, I'll go up and throw a few things together. Like for the next 10 years.
Are you going to tell me that you approve of what's been going on here?
No, Mr. Prentice.
I have a pretty good idea of what my father was saying to him.
I was very sorry to hear that you intend to withdraw from the situation if you encounter any opposition.
I agree with that, too.
Totally.
They'll get over it.
Yeah.
She's up there packing.
Your mother would like to speak to you.
I think breaking it off if you can't get their approval in one day is nuts.
That's absurd.
What you're saying is that you feel practically the same as I do about this.
That's right. Well, I think it would be best if you talked to John yourself.
The thing is that everyone gets along with one another.
Right.
I set the terms, Mama.
They don't disapprove. Only Mr. Drayton. I feel the same way Mrs. Drayton does. She says Joanna will never give you up.
You know what it's been like for me these past 8 years. It's like I'm alive again.
Your father wants to talk to you.
Can we all just have a round table conversation about this instead of...
I've been talking to your husband, Mrs. Prentice. She seems pretty much upset by all this.
Your wife says you are too, Mr. Drayton.
Very difficult problem.
For whom? For you and my husband?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you imagine for 1 minute that I want to see either one of them hurt?
No, but hurt they're going to be. I think worse than you know too, Mr. Drayton.
Now, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. But you don't know what you're doing. For a man who all his life never put a wrong foot anywhere, you're way out of line, boy.
That's me to decide. So just shut up and let me...
You don't say that to me. You haven't got the right to ever say a thing like that to me, not after what I've been to you. But you know I worked my ass off to get the money to buy you all the chances you had. I tell you, there were things your mother should have had that she insisted go instead for you.
You can't put that on him.
Yeah, totally.
What happens to men when they grow old? You might as well be blind men. That men grow old. When sexual things no longer matter to them, they forget it all.
Well, that's good.
If you ever felt what my son feels for your daughter, you've forgotten everything about it. My husband, too.
Yeah, would anyone have talked you out of marrying your wife?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even remember. If you did, how could you do what you were doing?
I think it's starting to register a little bit.
Yeah.
You listen to me. You say you don't want to tell me how to live my life.
Yeah, that line got thrown right out, didn't it?
And what I owe to you for what you've done for me? I owe you nothing. You did what you were supposed to do because you brought me into this world.
I mean, yeah, I think that's a crap thing to say.
Sure.
Everything you could ever do for me, like I will owe my son if I ever have another. But you don't own me.
No, this is so good.
You don't know how I feel, what I think. And if I try to explain it the rest of your life, you will never understand. And not until your whole generation has lain down and died will the dead weight of you be off our backs. You understand? You've got to get off my back.
Now can we all have a great dinner?
You're my father. I love you. But you think of yourself as a colored man. I think of myself as a man. I've got a decision to make. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he got pretty hostile there, but I do agree with the idea. It's like, don't tell me what I owe you for my youth. Parents do that a lot.
They do, from generation to generation.
I put food on the table. I'm like, yes, I know. I was a child and you were supposed to feed me.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean...
You just got to talk John's parents into flying over with you. I think John's father's going to make it a bit rough for him. But isn't she lovely? Don't you like her already?
Yes, darling, I do.
Aren't you just...
Yes, darling, I am just...
I think it's more of like a courtesy to be like...
It's a courtesy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, I respect you, so that's why I'm asking. But you don't
I'm going to do it anyways.
You don't really get to say no.
Yeah, for sure. But I do think like back then it was a way bigger deal.
Yes.
Yeah. Just wait for that light bulb to go off.
Right.
In the midst of this heartbreaking distress, I must admit I'm completely stumped.
How many scotches have you had?
At least 3.
Mary, you've just got to understand
Please, John.
See, how bad do I want everyone in this situation to hate me?
Yeah.
I'll be a son of a bitch.
Close the door, Mr. Drayton.
I feel like he's going to tell him I don't care if you say no.
Yeah.
You didn't have the guts to tell me face to face, did you?
I told you I'd have something to say. Are you going to stay in here?
You know that I'm completely sympathetic, don't you?
Of course I know that.
Come on down here, both of you. Mike? No, you've had enough as it is. I'd like you to sit down and see if you can keep quiet for once in your life.
I think he's going to be okay with it.
I think he got there.
Yeah.
I need to make a few personal statements for a variety of reasons.
It's got a big audience.
Yeah.
Everything's been ready. It's been ready. I know.
All right. Mr. and Mrs. Prentice, this is Miss Matilda Binks, and who today has been making a great deal of trouble. It was explained to me by my daughter that she intended to get married. I was informed by my daughter marriage was on, no matter what her mother and I might feel about it. When you walked in and said that unless we, her mother and I, approved...
Yeah, Joanna doesn't know about this.
You didn't. What a funny thing to do.
Joey, shut up. My wife, typically enough, decided to simply ignore every practical aspect of the situation.
When did this turn into a roast?
Now, I have not as yet referred to his reverence coming to my room and challenging me to a wrestling match. And Mrs. Prentice says that, like her husband, I'm a burnt-out old shell of a man who cannot even remember what it's like to love a woman the way her son loves my daughter.
Yeah, she won you on that one.
She did. She broke through.
That's the first statement made to me all day with which I am prepared to take issue. But I know exactly how he feels about her. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that your son feels for my daughter that I didn't feel for Christina.
Okay, so he's come around.
Yeah.
Because in the final analysis, it doesn't matter a damn what we think.
Yeah.
The only thing that matters is what they feel. And if it's half of what we felt, that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah, she got me.
You'll have no problem with me. You'll have no problem with your father, John. There'll be 100 million people right here in this country who will be shocked and offended and appalled.
Yes, but they're stupid.
They are.
And the two of you will just have to ride that out. You can try to ignore those people.
This feels like a fourth wall break.
Yeah.
You'll just have to cling tight to each other and say, screw all those people.
Yeah.
But you're two wonderful people who happen to fall in love. No matter what kind of a case some bastard could make against your getting married, there would be only one thing worse. You didn't get married.
Now eat fast. You've got a plane to catch.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, Tilly, when the hell are we going to get some dinner?
It's pretty amazing this was like in a mainstream movie in the 60s, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I hope that registered with somebody in the audience, you know.
There were plenty of people that were fine. Like
Sure.
you said, it's half the country and the other half is completely reasonable.
Yeah. And I love that it ends with everybody sharing a dinner table, too.
Yep.
That's great. That was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Really strong performances all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just as preachy as you kind of expected it to be, but I thought it worked really well, and ultimately, you know, the thematically the big idea of you can kick and scream all you want, but all you're doing is kicking and screaming and making everybody miserable.
That's it.
Or you can just realize this is where we're headed, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really good message, you know, in these kind of situations.
I do like, too, that, like, he acknowledged the fact that, like, well, it doesn't really matter what I think. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, we mentioned not too long ago that, like, you know, it's just a courtesy, really.
Yeah, it
you
is.
know, and John is such a gentleman and so respectable that he's like, I'm not going to do this unless I have your blessings, which is very sweet. But ultimately, it's not up to the parents in any situation. You know what I mean? It's not up to the parents. It's if you two love each other, get married. Just get married.
Right. Yeah. I don't even know if he's being sweet. I think it's more practicality of like, look, are you going to be a big problem for me and your daughter if we get married? That's all he was really asking is the problem.
I meant like he's a gentleman. Like,
he's
a very
definitely
nice
a
guy,
gentleman.
Yeah. And also, you know, I would love to see this as like a stage production because, like, you know, it's very minimal locations as well. So, like,
absolutely,
I think this would work on stage.
Single proscenium set, just the dining area, the living room dining area.
It'd be fantastic. And, you know, it's funny. We've seen a few '60s films on the channel.
Sure,
we've seen Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I watch one of these films, I can only imagine like what Don Draper would think. Like
right.
This would be something like Don would like skip work and go see it at the theater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love the aesthetic too.
Sure.
Like, and the camera movements, it all feels very particular. Like, we watch 50s movies on the channel. We've seen stuff from the 70s, but like a 60s film feels very specific to the decade, and I think this is probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, they definitely feel sunnier, I guess, just in terms of the aesthetic. But this conflict that's in this, obviously, the conflict itself is dated. The movie isn't. You know, we understand racism; it's not gone anywhere.
Yeah.
That idea that the parents all had, particularly the father, right?
Mm-hmm.
That if you get married, you know, I'm not upset about you two, like, as an idea. I'm concerned about, you know, how the world is going to react to you. That idea kind of predates me, obviously, but it was very similar to kids coming out to their parents. You know, when I was a kid, in the 90s, when that was really happening a lot more, and the parents were like, you know, I'm not upset that you're gay, but I am upset that. I'm concerned about the problems you're going to face, you know, and we've seen stuff that kind of echoed that, right, on the channel. I think, God, what was it? Was it Sing Street, maybe? I can't remember. We saw something where that was a really front and center idea.
Sure.
It wasn't Sing Street. It might have been Pride. I think in Pride that was addressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not upset that this is your lifestyle. I'm just worried about how the world is going to treat you in life. It'd be easier if this isn't who you were or what you were doing. And obviously, being gay and being black aren't the same thing.
Sure.
But that idea, and it ends up being wrong. Right?
Yeah, of course.
But, you know, I forbid you to be this person because the world won't like you for being this person, and I think that's going to be too hard for you to be this person. Mm-hmm. It was wrong-headed thinking here. It was wrong-headed thinking, you know, insert any marginalized group here. It's wrong-headed thinking.
Yeah.
So it is nice to see that, in this, you get to that point where it's just like, well, you just have to kind of get over it. Trust that I can survive in the world.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
You're not telling me anything about how life as me is difficult.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that. The ultimate answer was, yeah, and so what?
Sure.
The alternative is I don't get to be who I am instead.
We're all human beings.
I don't get to be the person I am.
Yeah.
And that's going to make you feel better about things.
It is pretty wild that we do drag our feet.
Sure.
As a country, as a society, on certain things, you know what I mean?
And a world.
The world, yeah. Us being, much younger than this film, it's like, sure. It's hard to believe this was an issue at some point. You watch it, you're like, really? But this was a big deal for a lot of people, a lot of couples.
I mean, it still is, to a lesser extent, but this is still a thing. Obviously, racism hasn't gone anywhere.
No, it's not.
Welcome to America. Racism is just as prevalent as ever.
Yeah.
But I remember I was in my early 20s, and I was having dinner at a Chinese buffet with a black female friend of mine. Mm-hmm. And not that it even matters, but we weren't even dating, right? Mm-hmm. And I cannot tell you how some of the old white bastards that were in this restaurant, one of them walked in front of me when I was walking along the buffet and just stopped and glared at me. I don't know if she caught anything. I didn't say anything to her, but it was so obvious, like the rage and resentment, and this was in early 2000s,
Yeah.
And it's just like, get the,
No, seriously, it's you hope that one day that dies. But you don't know.
Right.
I mean,
I get his sentiment that he said to his dad. He came on pretty strong, but he's not terribly wrong. It's like it's just a generational thing.
Sure.
And maybe this doesn't get better until some generations just aren't, sitting there with their thumb on the scale anymore.
I mean, this was only 60 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But and I do feel like this might have been a bit of an influence for films like The Birdcage.
Sure, absolutely.
I do think that it's a very similar movie. I think there's elements of this in Get Out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, a little. That's a little bit reversed. You know what I mean? Where it's like there's something sinister below.
Right.
But I do think this is an interesting screenplay, and I would like to read it. I would like to check this out, and I'm wondering what else this does influence besides Guess Who, the Ashton Kutcher movie. So.
And I appreciate the fact also that you had reasonable-ish people at the starting point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like this movie didn't go too far. It wasn't out and out racists that had to
Sure.
You've got today to get on board with this. It was people who really fancied themselves as being more open-minded than that. Mm-hmm. that had to get past those last quiet struggles to really do a little self-evaluation as far as where they really stood versus showing up with some hillbillies in southern Missouri and being like, Dad, this is my future husband. Like hell it is.
That'd be a wild movie,
right?
Honestly.
Yeah, absolutely, because obviously there's, as they kind of pointed out there at the end, there were more than plenty of people that would never have gotten there, right? Yeah. It would never have even started as reasonable, who wouldn't have even welcomed him into their house, let alone treated him with any kind of respect.
Absolutely.
As a person, and vice versa for the girl, from his parents. So I'm really glad that you had ultimately good people to start with that just had a little bit of readjusting to their new reality to do.
Yeah,
is ultimately all that it was.
And I liked that Monsignor was calling him a fake liberal. And, kind of calling out a little bit.
I didn't really, and I think it was more tongue in cheek.
It was. No, it was.
I think I didn't realize there was a little secret bigot living under there.
But I think it's important that we have a friend like that because he obviously he wasn't legitimately calling him a fake liberal. He's poking him a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
He's he knows his heart's in a good place, but he's
come on, man, satirizing him a little bit. Yeah.
And before we go, I do want to say that last monologue, it did feel like a fourth wall break. It did feel like he was speaking to the audience, and I loved that.
Sure. Yeah, it was really solid all the way around. Yeah. Appreciate it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.
See ya.